Remarkably, Peacock's old Roman epic Those About to Die captures a great deal of the actual history and authentic tale of the Flavian era. With a mixed Rotten Tomatoes rating, Those About to Die takes place in the final weeks of Emperor Vespasian's, Anthony Hopkins, rule in 79 AD. Even though there hasn't been much conflict in Rome for a while, tensions are obviously building there. The locals are impatient because the grain cargo from Egypt is running behind schedule. Since Vespasian is not long for this world, he must decide between his sons Titus, Hughes, and Domitian, Jojo Macari, for who will succeed him. Additionally, each of the Rome senators has a plot of their own. Smaller plots by commoners and plebeians lurk beneath the larger political intrigues of the affluent elite. 10x, also played by Ewan Ryan, is a criminal boss and commoner with aspirations to join Rome's upper class. Kala, Sarah Martins, a mother, battles to save her kids from gladiatorial bonds and servitude. Kwame, her son, Mo Hashim, battles to stay alive in the gladiatorial arena. Others have anecdotes to tell. Nevertheless, everything takes place inside the framework of the legendary Flavian dynasty, which is extensively covered historically in Those About to Die, which was published on June 18. After he executed two of his rival nobles and the first senator for treason in 62 AD, his relationship with the senators began to seriously deteriorate. Later, he divorced his wife due to rumors that she was infertile. When the public began to criticize him for her banishment, he said she had been unfaithful and had her put to death. Rome was severely damaged when the Great Fire of Rome broke out shortly after. Although at first it was thought to be an accident, there were soon whispers circulating that Nero was behind the arson. As Nero routinely put rivals and troublemakers to death and, historians claim, beat his mistress to death when she was expecting his second child, things got worse. Nero eventually had to flee when things got so bad that the Roman senators and troops began to riot. Not long later, Nero took his own life or had Epaphroditus, his personal secretary, take it out on him. The Julio-Claudian dynasty came to an end with his death on June 9, 68 AD, and Vespasian and his sons eventually took over. As Nero routinely put rivals and troublemakers to death and, historians claim, beat his mistress to death when she was expecting his second child, things got worse. Nero eventually had to flee when things got so bad that the Roman senators and troops began to riot. Not long later, Nero took his own life or had Epaphroditus, his personal secretary, take it out on him. The Julio-Claudian dynasty came to an end with his death on June 9, 68 AD, and Vespasian and his sons eventually took over. Plunged into chaos due to power disputes, began. Rome's populace was sharply split over Nero's demise. The news of his passing caused the plebeian and slave classes to be upset, and the Roman legion was divided on the subject, while the nobles and senate celebrated. Notwithstanding the fact that most people had backed Nero, his demise sparked a civil war in Rome. For emperors rose to power in the contest for the Roman crown and were quickly removed. Galba was the first, putting to death several of Nero's allies. Following Nero's demise, Galba ruled until January 69 AD. Because of his friendship and likeness to Nero, Otho was able to topple him with the help of the people and soldiers. But Otho's brief reign of 3 months was. His successor appeared after his passing. Titus and Domitian, Vespasian's sons, are frequently at conflict in Those About to Die because they both want to be the one to take their father's place on the throne and have very different personalities and governing styles. To Domitian's dismay, just like in the show, Vespasian gave Titus, who was also a soldier and general, the title of his heir. The fact that he was the first Roman emperor to take the throne after his own biological father and that the succession did so without any bloodshed highlights how peaceful the early part of the Flavian dynasty was. Thanks for watching.